Today we're taking a look at this instrument cluster display for Tesla Model 3 and Model Y with likely the highest quality graphics that we have seen on these displays. It includes all the critical car information directly on your view and also includes high-end features such as Apple Carplay, Android Auto, and so much more with a quick and easy one-click activation using the scroll wheel buttons, and it gets you the full version of Carplay, full version of Android Auto. You can also activate Siri just using the button. Siri, take me to Walmart. And you can also use a touch screen to interact with this display, or you can also use the scroll wheel. It got so many features. It uses the Tesla funds, and it's a really amazing overall display with some downside we're going to talk about in the video today. This display was sent to us free of charge by TLER for our evaluation in the channel. For limited time, they have increased our discount code, so you can save over $80 off of this display, bringing the total to just around $200, which is an amazing deal for a display in this category, comparable to other displays that we have seen in the past. Before I show you the detailed installation guide, let's go over some of the components and the general gist of the installation process. First of all, I really like the packaging, and I normally don't comment on packaging, but this one stood out to me. This gives me the Joa type of packaging vibe, almost like an Apple, which is really nice. It shows the product here. Sometimes that is an indication of a QA/QC process that the company has done, so I'm hoping that that is the case here. They send you a cloth, they send you 2 pry tools for some reason, which is good, better than none. And then this is the screen itself. As you can see, the screen has 2 speakers on the side, and then if you look at the corner here, there is that SD card slot, and then also the mic, and then this bottom one is that 3M adhesive, and what it does, it sticks to the dash. We'll talk about that here in just a second. And this is very slim. It just sits on that dash, and then they give you instructions here before you peel off this sticker. To follow these instructions, it shows you the left scroll wheel, the right scroll wheel, what it all does. We'll go over that here later in the video, and then they send you the rest of the components. So this is just this OBD bypass, and we have done this multiple times. This goes on the rear OBD port. Then they send you extra adhesive strips in case you need it, and then this is the extension. So how this goes is you've got an extension cable that you plug in here on the OBD, and then the other end goes and plugs into this. So that's how simple the installation is. Rear OBD, no front OBD. You don't have to access the difficult location. You don't have to remove the dash. You don't have to do any of that. Just connect this to rear OBD, wire route it to the front, connect it to this display, and that's the general gist of it. Let's go ahead and start the installation. Now, to make the OBD connection, you're going to want to reach out underneath center console, and we're going to remove this panel and make this bypass. So you just take the pry tool that they provided with the kit and either go through these panels here, or you can even go from the bottom, and the whole idea is to just be able to pop this out. Depending on how many times you have done this in the past, this might be a little tight. So the next step on this process is we are going to be bypassing this plug that we got with the kit, and if you have already connected other stuff like I do here, you can daisy chain this, or if you want to remove the existing plugs, it would be like this, where the connection is basically the blue and this blue were connected before. Now we're just adding an additional Y splitter. Now we're going to add one more Y splitter, and to do that you just have to press on this middle tab here, and while holding that tab you got to pull it out. You can either do this or here, and again, if you didn't have anything extra connected, then this would just look very simple for you, and you just press on this middle tab and then pull this out. Now the job is very simple. We just have to take the female connection from this and align it and just click into its place, take the male end, and then just plug it in. So now the entire circuit is complete. We have got 2 plugs here, one the blue connecting to another, male and female. We're basically daisy chaining all of this together. Now after you make this connection here, there's only one more step left for this back connection, and that is this extension cable. This extension cable allows us to take this connection all the way to the front, and this extension cable just has 2 male ends, so it doesn't matter which end that you use, but our goal is to look into this plug. So this is the plug that is still connected to the OBD plug, and what we need to do is take the male end of this extension cable and simply plug this in. So plug it in, it clicks into its place, and there you have it. All you have left is this other end, and we're gonna take this to the front, but the rear connection is complete. As I said, there is just this plug now that is connected to the back, and now all we have to do is route this all the way to the front. And how we're gonna do is just connect it through here. You can go from the bottom, you can do from the side, but the easiest way is if you just snug this cable underneath this panel here and then take it all the way to the front. It is long enough to reach to the front dash. Now let's show you the dash installation. Now we have this cable routed. What we're gonna do is first test this screen before we put it on the dash. It's always a good idea to do that so you don't waste your time installing it. But before we do that, take a quick picture of this so that you have all of this controls in case when you peel off this screen it gets crumbled. But yeah, this is the screen. All right, moment of truth. We're just going to grab this cable that we routed from the back and then simply connect it here. And once we connect it, we should see some power, and we do. Now for the actual installation part of it, you're supposed to peel this 3M adhesive out for the entirety of this screen, and then you're just going to paste it here on the dash. So you're going to do that from both sides. One of the good thing about this is it has a little bit of a curvature built into this. I don't know how much you can see from the camera, but what that curvature allows you to do is kind of match the curvature that you have on the dash here, and then you just paste it. When you paste it, it is not supposed to bounce or it's not supposed to rattle or anything. It is supposed to just go in because it fits with the curvature of the screen. So what we're gonna do is peel off the sides, find a place that is in the center for you, just make sure, and then it's up to you where you want to install it. You can install this all the way in the back or somewhere over here. Just make sure that it is centered and you like the location that is being installed. So in my case, I'm actually going to install it directly in front of me here. It looks like it aligns really well with the curvature. And once you find that sweet spot, you just want to press and hold onto it for a little while. If it is a cold day, you might want to turn on the heat a little bit so that this adhesive attaches with the dash. And just keep in mind, if you want to remove it, you're going to need a heat tool to remove this. So just hold on to it for a little while, and this should attach to the dash. Now this is good to go. This is fully attached. It's not going anywhere. And I just kind of figure out the central location here to install it. So this is what the final product looks like. This is fully attached with the adhesive in the dash. I figured out a central location based on the steering wheel mount, and this is what the back looks like. It's a super thin instrument cluster display. I really like how this looks, and it went directly there. It's not blocking any of the air vents, and it's a really decent size, and you can see it very well from the front. Of course, there is that cable there, so just keep that in mind. That cable is going to hang out in the front, kind of hide it underneath there, and it all depends on your OCD level, on how much cable is okay for you visible. So that is going to always be the case. There's going to be some cable. What I did was I just tuck it under, informally just took it out. If I was just being lazy, I could pass the cable from there through the other side, pull it out, and then just hide it from here. So the side you can't see, you just see it on my install right here, and that's perfectly fine. But if you want to put in a little bit more effort, you can really go deep in here and then pass the cable from the other side, even remove this panel if you wanted to. So there are ways to do that, but if you don't care about the cable, then you can just leave it hanging outside like that, and that's what it looks like. So this is from the side. Again, super skinny device. Okay, I'm gonna be really honest with you. I was not sure how this was going to go. I was a little bit reluctant on reviewing this in the first place because I wasn't sure, like, is this some cheap product that just sticks on the dashboard? But this is amazing. So let me show you some of the things that it does. And this is probably a big statement coming from me that I've tested so many displays that this is likely one of the best graphics we have ever had. And just to show you, my camera is not doing a full justice of how good this thing actually looks. So it shows all the car information, right? Everything does that these days. All the displays that we have seen does that. But this is very nice with the graphics, and it is using that black background that we have always asked for. Now they're finally doing that. And you know, when you put this car into drive, so I'll show you what that looks like here. So as soon as you put the car into drive, look at that animation. So it shows that the car is supposed to go towards the front. It shows right here to step down for driving. So it shows which one to press. I don't know if this is useful, but that could be very useful for some people, right? So this one to press, so start driving. It shows all the car information. It shows the hail hold there. It shows the drive indication there. And if I let go of the hail hold, so if I start driving, that icon goes away, but then the hail hold is there. So it is showing everything real time here. And if I put the car into reverse, the animation changes and it shows the reverse and which to step on, which to press. So even simple thing like that, maybe it's not that useful, but at the same time, it is really good to see the graphics making that, you know, it's a huge, huge, huge improvement in my opinion, because this is what we are looking for. I just need to figure out how to make that car red, because my car is red. It did not automatically make that. It's probably a software patch that they need to send, or maybe I'm not seeing a setting here, but I'm sure that is an easy fix. But step down for driving, and if I start driving, so start driving after a certain speed, that icon goes away and you see the animation change, and then you go over here. Now, if you look at the setup, that's an Apple setup sign, which just puts it into the next level again with graphics. And if I use this scroll wheel here, so if I use the scroll wheel, it goes between different icons there, different functionality. So if I press this up, so CarPlay, tire pressure, so it controls various settings by just using the scroll wheel while driving. And one of the biggest thing I like about this is somebody finally got the memo to use Tesla fonts. So this actually matches the Tesla fonts. No more stupid MP/H. It is MPH over there on the speed. They're just using everything that, you know, it just looks and feels like it belongs on a Tesla. The graphic quality. Again, my phone that I'm using to record right now is not doing a full justice of how good this thing actually looks in real life here. So if I were to turn on the headlight, so let me go turn on the headlight on, you see the headlight illuminated, and it's just really, really cool how this updates in real time, and it shows all the car information, high quality graphics. Just commend them for this graphics. Maybe I'm overhyping it a little bit. That's not my intention. I'm just really excited to see the graphics getting to this level. We've always asked for the graphics. Now they just need to start adding more features with this graphics, and that will complete my quest for instrument cluster display. But no, this is amazing. The graphic quality is awesome. This is another view from the driver's seat. As you can see, the quality is really amazing. And if you look at the very, very bottom of the screen, you see the energy bar. So there is that acceleration, and then if we decelerate, you see the regenerative braking pop up, and it's just very crisp quality. It shows that information really easily. And as I turn on the turn signal, it just matches how the Tesla shows the turn signal. If you look at the Tesla screen here, as well as the font, I mean, it's a super large font for the speed. It's really easy to see. Everything is visible directly in front of you. The battery sign, I mean, we have been asking Tesla to put that green battery sign for a while now, so it even shows that, which is great. By the way, if you are enjoying this video and finding this video helpful, please help us grow by just subscribing to the channel if you haven't already done so, giving this video a thumbs up, subscribing, commenting anything. You could just put a smiley face. You could say that I'm doing a good job, bad job, any feedback, anything you can do to engage with our videos. It greatly helps us rank higher in YouTube's algorithm. That means we can bring more videos like this in the future. Thank you very much. Let's continue. There are two ways to get to the settings menu. One way is to just put the car into drive, and then you scroll this through and go to the setup menu in the front, and then you can press on it from here. Or to activate the settings menu, the activation is always by going towards the right. So you can just press this scroll wheel towards the right, and then you will enter the setting menu. To exit, generally on this display, is to just press this towards the left, and then you will exit that menu. Now, another way to get to that settings menu, even from the parked position, is to press and hold onto the scroll wheel towards the left. So press and hold, and then you will get to the settings menu, and you can scroll through this. This just has a very basic settings. Right now, the audio, you can mute it, you can increase or decrease the audio. Again, the audio can be increased or decreased using the left scroll wheel here, but you can also touch this button, and you're able to change this, right? So 30, 28, and you see the audio change here live. You can mute it, and then this is the brightness setting. So you can manually change the brightness, or you can just let it auto, and then it'll auto change it with the car. This is the time zone setting, and then if you go to control, you just see automatic Bluetooth on, so just leave the Bluetooth on all the time. The audio output, it says original Bluetooth, which means we're gonna play the audio through Tesla. You can also just put this as a local horn, which means it's just right here. The speakers it is going to use. The driver seat direction, you can do left or right, just a bit depending on what market you are in, and you're able to change that. The over speed reminder, if you reach certain speed, it can give you an alert. Steering wheel control is on, and then the tire pressure is in PSI, and that is basically all the settings that you get here. I'm hoping that they include a setting where I can change the car's color, some of the configurations such as tires, but this does not have that. And then this just has a language, and then software is this software. And you're able to update the software using the SD card on the side. And they say that in the future, they will be able to send us the files to be able to update that. But for now, those are all the settings that you get, and then you can just press on the home button and you'll be able to go back. So let's go through the CarPlay setting with an iPhone, and then we'll move on to Android Auto. For CarPlay, it is a super simple step. You just go to the Bluetooth of your phone and hit on this CarKit 9E65. It is going to ask for a pairing code. You confirm that. I'm going to allow it, and sometimes it asks if I want to use CarPlay, or sometimes it just goes straight to connecting the CarPlay. Now it says use CarPlay, so I am going to allow it to use the CarPlay, and I think that is about it. Now we should be able to go to the car setting here and be able to see the CarPlay. So that's super easy. Let's go to the car's screen now and then see if there's CarPlay, and there you go. That just took a second, and we have got full CarPlay here. And my camera is, again, not doing the full justice of showing you how good this thing looks. I can still use the scroll wheel button to go between different menu, which is good. That's what we wanted. And we have got everything here. We have got Waze. If we wanted to use the hand control here, we have got Google Map. We have got everything that the phone is showing, and of course the quality is going to be as good as the phone's quality. So with Google Map, we can go to Google Map, we can search for fast food, let's say, and as you see, it did the job, and we can start navigating. There you go. We are in business. Like, this is showing the full CarPlay and route. It's back. We can go to Waze from here. We can connect to Waze, and Waze is using our location. So if I did Walmart, yeah, so it shows the full Waze here. Now let's start driving and see how good this is in motion. So we're checking out the Waze quality here. We have got Waze running on this screen that's coming from actually an older iPhone. We always use the iPhone 7 Plus to test with this, just to check the compatibility, and it's actually doing a really good job at showing everything here. Turn by turn. This is awesome. And of course, this is going to be as good as your phone. So right now, it's updating. Let's go past this quickly. Yeah, it auto updated very, very quickly. So doing a really good job at showing that Waze, and again, the graphics are just awesome. Now, even with the CarPlay mode activated here, you still see the information on the side. You see the range, you see the battery over there, you see the headlight turned on, you see on the right, you see that the brake had been pressed, the hill hold, the speed, everything. And this is not clunky. It actually looks really nice and very integrated. Again, some of the fonts that you see, the miles, that fonts actually match the Tesla's font that they're using. I think this is Open Sans, and it matches all of that. So that is really awesome. And if we zoom out here just a second, if we wanted to activate Siri, all we have to do is press and hold on this, and Siri activates. Hey Siri, take me to Walmart.
One option I see is Walmart on Fruitville Pike in Lancaster.
So you just saw that Siri activated, and it was about to navigate us to Walmart just with the touch of a button here. Now, what if you don't want the CarPlay there, and what if you want to see the regular car sign? You have an option to do that just using the right scroll wheel here. Just press towards the left and then you exit. But now if you want that CarPlay screen back on, all you have to do is, if you are out of this or wherever you are at, you're in CarPlay, just press this towards the right and then the CarPlay screen comes up. So even just with the controls here, you're able to fully control this screen, which is really awesome. So now we talked about CarPlay, let's talk about Android Auto. We have got an Android phone here, and all you have to do is connect to this car kit, and it'll just take a second for this to connect to Bluetooth. And once this is connected, you will have Android Auto. We're going to pair it, and it's connected. It is active, and it says it is connecting. So once this is fully connected, that's when we're gonna see. So Android Auto, that is how it activates. And boom, you have got Android Auto that's loading on your screen. There you go. So it's slowly loading. This is the first time has ever connected, and we're good to go. It says welcome to Waze, and that is Android Auto. You saw how simple this was to activate, and we can start using it. So if we just press on that.
Let's take Holland Pike, Manheim Township.
The nice thing about this Android Auto here is you get the map on the side, and you're able to interact with the rest of the apps over here, and you can go through different options here. And if you don't want this screen, you can easily just hit this exit, or you can press on the scroll wheel button, and that's how it goes away. But this is full on Android Auto, which is really nice that this supports Android Auto, and it was super easy to connect to. So one question that comes up quite a lot on this video is, how is the audio gonna play through Tesla? Now, there's two different ways that you can go about the audio setting. One is just using the existing speaker on this device. There is a speakers here on the back, and you can use that. The speaker is decent, but of course it is not a Tesla grade speaker. So if you want to take advantage of the Tesla, all you have to do is make sure your phone is first connected using the Bluetooth to Tesla. So right now we have got a test phone, which is this phone. This is connected to the Tesla's Bluetooth system. So we are leaving that connection intact with the Tesla. So this phone is connected right now to the Tesla's Bluetooth. So that is connected. Then go ahead and connect the same phone with this device here. So we have connected this device with the same phone again through the Bluetooth, because this device only needs that Bluetooth for like a very, very small second, and then it goes back and connects to the Android Auto without needing that Bluetooth all the time. So what you are doing essentially is taking all the audio of this device through Android Auto or CarPlay, it's the exact same thing, and you are passing it to Tesla. So everything audio coming out of this phone is going to Tesla, but you're going to get the benefit of the visual from this display. So with that, what happens is that, let's say we want to press on this here.
In 500 feet, turn left on Eden Road.
So that is coming actually from the Tesla's speaker. That's not coming from the little speaker here, that's coming from the Tesla's speaker. So what we essentially did is connected this phone to the Bluetooth of the Tesla because it is connected as a test phone. Then we're using the visual from this. So the turn-by-turn navigation is going to come visually from here, but the audio is going to come from the Tesla. Any phone calls, everything that you receive will go directly to Tesla, not to this device. So, but you will still see it on the device. The audio will just come out of Tesla. You saw the display in action. You saw the installation guide. Here is my verdict. On my likes, I definitely like the UI and the graphics of this display. I probably commented that so many times in the video, and my intention is not to overhype this product, but it really is amazing compared to some of the displays that we have seen. Just last year, we reviewed 16 different instrument cluster displays, and this one is one of our top choice for graphics quality, and you will see that throughout the video of how amazingly it shows. It matches Tesla's UI. They made the UI very simple like Tesla. They're using Tesla fonts. It just feels integrated. This is not one of those displays where it is a rectangular tablet that they just push it into a circular cluster. They're using all the space on the side as well. For example, when you're using a CarPlay on the screen, you're still able to see the information on the side. So for graphics and UI, I commend them. This is really amazing. I also really like the installation part of this. It was a super simple installation. They didn't require you to go to the front OBD port, which for Intel version could be very challenging to reach underneath the glove box. You didn't have to remove any of that panel, not the side door panel. You don't have to do any of that. This just fits on the back OBD. You route a cable to the front. You don't even have to remove the dash for this installation. So the installation wise, under 15 minutes of installation, you have this display up and running. Having said all of that, as amazing this display is, there are some missed opportunities from the company on this display. First of all, I think they could have made the mounting a little bit different. I don't like having to use that 3M adhesive in the front. They could have just mounted that in the steering wheel panel, or just figure out a different way to mount this, because just having that 3M adhesive and some of that wire that is still visible from the front probably is a turnoff for many people. This also does not have some of the other features that we liked on other displays, such as the front blind spot camera. It does not have the side blind spot indication, and most importantly, it does not have autopilot indication. I think that is a super easy software thing they should have been able to incorporate, but I don't see that today. Maybe they will figure it out in the future. They do have a port on the side for software updates, but so far they don't have it. You turn on the autopilot, it shows nothing in there. And I would like to see that, especially because of the recent recall Tesla had. They're very strict about the autopilot nag and how you deal with autopilot. So I would have liked to see that directly in front of me, and that is a missing feature from this display. I also wanted to let you know that there is no setting to change the car color or the configuration. So right now it is whatever it updates automatically to. Right now it shows as a silver color, and I can't change that to red. I have already let TLER know that, so hopefully there is a software patch in the future, but as of now, there is no setting. As always, I'm really interested on knowing your feedback, your likes, your dislikes. Would you get it for your Tesla Model 3 or Model Y? Do you already have this display installed? I know it came out a couple months ago. Please let me know your feedback, how you like using it, if you already have it. Anything you want to let me know in the comment section below. As I said in the past, any engagement with our videos greatly help us rank higher in YouTube's algorithm, which means we can bring more and more videos like this in the future. Thank you very much for your continued support to the channel. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel, share with your friends and families, and come back again for another Tesla accessory review.